This is KSUT Public Radio. Regional news is next. Immigration is often in the headlines, but one story that's less often told is what happens to the people who go missing while trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border. Volunteer search teams regularly head into the desert, hoping to find those who have disappeared and bring answers to their families. Earlier this month, KD&K's Raleigh Burley traveled to El Paso, Texas, to volunteer with one of those organizations, and he shares this report.
Driving toward El Paso, through Doña Ana County, New Mexico, I see the border wall for the first time, its stark brown form extending endlessly parallel to Interstate 10. Entering El Paso, I see the colorful homes of Ciudad Juarez across the Rio Grande River, and I imagine how it would feel for someone to sit on those hills, staring across to the United States, following an arduous journey to arrive this far. Crossing the U.S. border, however, is perhaps the most dangerous part yet. Nearly 1 year ago, No More Deaths, a humanitarian group based in Arizona, released a database and a map documenting migrant remains recovered on the U.S. side of the border with Mexico. Depending on the region, they claim 20 to 40% more deaths than the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's official count. The No More Deaths project includes known border deaths from 2002 to April 2025, collected through public records requests to county medical examiners and investigators, coroners, sheriff's offices, as well as Customs and Border Protection and other agencies. Many more deaths are estimated where remains were never found, including thousands in Mexico. Of the 11,560 recorded deaths, a cluster of 321 is listed in Doña Ana County, New Mexico.
This is the most active area that we've searched in like 3 years. This is where we found the most.
Marine Corps veteran James Holman founded Battalion Search and Rescue in 2020. The nonprofit organizes volunteer search missions in remote areas of Arizona and New Mexico. Their stated mission is, quote, to save lives and provide closure for families and loved ones.
I worked with some of the groups like the Armadillos and the Aguilas for years, and a difference from us to them is that we do these general searches in these high traffic areas, right? Like the Growler Valley in Arizona or here. Whereas they typically do cases. They're looking for a certain person.
The organization has located some 120 final resting places, contributing to the documentation of a humanitarian crisis along the southern border. And they've assisted many more people by providing water, directions, or helping them to connect with emergency services.
Seeing people crossing is quite rare. We've done it, we've given them water, but it's quite rare.
According to Holman, the work is about remembrance, dignity, and making sure that people who are, quote, too often reduced to statistics are seen as human beings. In early June 2026, Battalion hosted its inaugural Not Forgotten project, orchestrating a week of daily searches in Doña Ana County, where they had previously reported over 40 sites. For 6 consecutive days, between 4 and 10 volunteers swept up to 6 miles of desert, searching. I joined for the final 2 days.
To our right is a 100% busy migrant route.
Carrying handheld radios, volunteers fan out in a staggered line. Following previous search and rescue tracks mapped using the Gaia GPS app, the group walks at a clip, each person staying within sight of the people on either side, with James and his partner in action and in life, Abby Carpenter, guiding from the flanks. They swivel their gaze, checking left, checking right, looking behind, looking ahead.
Let's go this way, and I'll be on the right, sweetie, and I'll follow that old track.
Okay. Hiking through the sand, over and around swells of Poke Palo Verde and yucca plants, I spot some clothing beneath a bush. We had already encountered many discarded backpacks, sweaters, hats, even shoes, but something here felt different. I check around the bush, and there rests a human jawbone, unmistakable, full of teeth.
Oh, this has braces. Oh. Sorry.
Braces?
Yeah, there's braces on this person.
Another.
Yeah, not with those fancy rubber bands. They've all been wired together. Maybe it's different than.
There's hair here.
Nearby we find rib bones, a humerus, scapula, pelvis, femurs, and a bra. I ask Abby about next steps.
Are we supposed to report to the law enforcement of the area? For us here, it's the Doña Ana County Sheriff. And we call in to non-emergency. It's not an emergency. And then we try to send them.
After they bully her.
All I want's their email address. Give me an email address, because we have a form and it has what we found, the GPS point, how to get here, how many miles from different roads, my name, my email, my phone number, and they never want to give me their email. I finally get their email. They're supposed to come out and locate, and then they contact the Office of the Medical Investigator, OMI, who has field agents, because only they can handle the remains. The sheriffs, the deputies can't touch this.
Beside each bone, they tie a fluorescent pink ribbon. Later, at a gas station, they call it in.
That was KD&K's Raleigh Burley reporting from El Paso, Texas, and that story was shared with us via the Rocky Mountain Community Radio Coalition. Officials in a Nevada city say their region has become a national test case for President Trump's push to expand data centers. A company that faced opposition to its data center pivoted and won approval from federal officials. The Mountain West News Bureau's Yvette Fernandez has more.
In a packed public city council hearing in Boulder City, residents and local officials reacted to the news that a data center moved its plan to Federal Bureau of Land Management land and won approval. Council members Steve Walton and Denise Ashurst.
This is absolutely out of line, just ridiculous.
I researched that they've never did a data center on BLM land, so this is new for them too.
The city would remain responsible for essential services like fire, police. City Attorney Brittany Walker said the council was not contacted by federal officials in advance.
And those are things that would have been explored had the BLM followed the correct process.
Walker also pointed to the president's signing of an executive order last year aimed at fast-tracking data center construction. Townsite Solar 2 has not yet provided a response to our request for an interview. Yvette Fernandez, the Mountain West News Bureau.
Colorado prisons are still full nearly a year after the state activated emergency population measures. For the Colorado Capital News Alliance, here's Kyle McKinnon with the story.
Colorado's prison population management plan was triggered for the first time ever last August. It's supposed to help free up beds when state prisons are at capacity. But the plan hasn't done much to help. Lawmakers tried to bolster the plan during this year's legislative session. It used to kick in when prisons were more than 97% full for a month. Now it's triggered when prisons are more than 96% full. New state law also requires the Department of Corrections to find additional space in community corrections programs and send more eligible inmates to the parole board for review. Those changes are still not having any clear effect on a severely overcrowded prison system. As of last month, Colorado's prisons were more than 96% full.
Support for local and regional news on KSUT Public Radio is provided by the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority.
Support for public policy reporting comes from the Gay and Lesbian Fund for Colorado, promoting programs designed to ensure all Coloradans have the same opportunity to thrive. More information is online at gayandlesbianfund.org.